Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Movie Deputy Reviews, where we are talking about an obsession. I'm not just talking about any obsession. I am talking about the movie Obsession that opened today nationwide. A few places had screenings of it on Wednesday, and I did go to one of those. And I have been contemplating how I'm going to approach this review because this movie has a very narrow audience. It has one really good jump scare, which you'll see coming, but it will still get you. It's just one of those like da 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 boom jump scares. So it's like it's coming, but when it actually happens, it's just so intense that it's like, oh, hello, I'm paying attention. So this one is about a guy and a girl and their small circle of friends. They live in a small town. They work for a small business, and he is obsessed with her. So when he goes into a magic shop, he buys a little toy called One Wish Willow. Thing is, each person only gets one wish. You could buy a bunch of these, but still, you're only going to be able to make one wish. Don't worry, no spoilers there. And what he wishes for will remind him of the old adage, be careful what you wish for. Obsession is getting a guilty rating due to violence, due to gore, due to some stuff that happens with a pet that if you are sensitive to things happening to animals, you do not want to watch this. It's going to put stuff in your head that you're not going to be able to get rid of. And if you are sensitive to things happening to animals, I know no animals were actually harmed in the making of this, but the references that it makes are disturbing is an understatement. This one, like I said, it does have a narrow audience. This is very much aimed at like upper high school, low college age kids on that. So probably late teens to early mid 20s is really the target audience for this. But before we get too deep into what we're talking about here, let's jump over and check out the trailer, and you can kind of see what it is from there and see if this might be for you. Hopefully I'm helping with that a little bit.
Have you ever actually flirted with Nicki?
I'm gonna go get some chops.
I'll come with you if she means this much to you. And I know she does. Say, Nicki, I think we should grab a drink sometime.
Nicki, wait, I was gonna ask you,
What?
I lost my train of thought.
Alright.
What else?
Why?
One wish, Willow. You only get one wish. I wish Nicki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the entire world.
And breaking that piece of willow is what activates the wish.
I love you so much. A love only the branch of a willow tree could conjure.
It's weird how you two are dating all of a sudden. Like, super dating.
I think Nicki is going through something.
Like what? Is she okay?
No.
Jeez, what kind of spells you put on her?
Now, this movie really crosses the line between obsession and absolute psychosis. And you'll see that play out a little bit more here in the trailer.
Nicki? I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you! I was calling to see if there's a way I can cancel a wish.
I'm sorry, we don't really do that.
So she's just stuck like this forever?
Well,
As long as I live.
Now you may think that might be giving a spoiler, but no, do not. That is nowhere even close. Plus, that's in the trailer, so it's not me. But yeah, that's not even close to a spoiler for what actually happens here. So as you see, Nicki very quickly devolves into this absolute psychosis because she is so obsessed with Bear, and Bear learns like the consequences of being careful what you wish for, because it's nothing like he imagined, and all he wants to do is figure out how to undo this once it's done. And when he realizes how to do that, the way that happens is not the way you might think, and the result is not what you might think. Now, sitting through this, there were times that I was just like going, just an absolute look of confusion on my face. This is, I would say I review A-list, B-list, and no list. This is definitely a no list. I had never heard of the director. I didn't know anybody in this movie. And Nicki pulls off the psychosis of this obsession. It's like Hollywood should be prepared. I think she could be like the next big horror person, like kind of like Jamie Lee Curtis is to Halloween. The gal that plays Nicki here, just her level that she takes on with this, you forget you're watching a film and you think you're actually watching this devolve right in front of your eyes. But it's gory and it's horrible in a lot of ways. There's not much to the story. Basically, the trailer gives you pretty much most of the story, but how those missing pieces fit in and what happens with the characters, and there's very no plot development of a whole lot going on besides just this obsession by itself. Do I recommend this? Honestly, no, but I'm giving this a guilty rating. Critically, I was really good at debating. I was like, okay, on the high end, maybe a 5. Low end, it was not horrible, unwatchable by any means. A little bit painful at times, but not full-on painful, confusing either. Definitely not forgettable. I will say that. Definitely not forgettable. This is one of those ones that just kind of, especially the scene with the pet. The scenes with the pet. And one of the things that happens, do not eat before going to see this movie. There's one particular scene. Do not eat. I would not even advise candy or popcorn. And not unless you have a rock hard stomach. I am not bothered by movies, and I was nauseous with one scene in this movie. To kind of give you a little bit of a heads up there. And so, do I recommend this? Like I said, probably not. Score-wise, though, this one, I'm probably not going to surprise a whole lot of you, but I hope if this is one that you've been wanting to see, that this will at least help. I am giving Obsession a 3.5 out of 10 on the Deputy scale, which is, if you really must see this, wait for it to come out on DVD, Blu-ray. Make sure you're... Okay, this is going to kind of contradict. This movie you're going to want to watch with all the lights off. There's a lot of really dark scenes that you're not going to be able to make out what's happening on the screen if you have a lot of lights on in the room, which would indicate maybe better to be seen in the theater. But honestly, save your money. There were probably 20, 25 people when I went to see this, and looking around when it was done, I think there was only like 4 or 5 of us left because everybody else had gotten up and walked out. So I think that's kind of an interesting little tidbit on that. But so, like I said, if you are wanting a creepy AF movie to watch with friends, to watch with a date, like I said, if you're late teens up to mid 20s, this one might be of interest. I've talked to a few people since seeing this the other night that have seen this and really enjoyed it, and then another person that walked out like 10 minutes into it, like, no, just no. So I hope this has helped. Again, this is always an adventure here with Movie Deputy Reviews. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to click subscribe and turn on that little notification bell for the latest and the greatest Movie Deputy content. And as always, I will be back with another one for you soon. I've also got the reviews coming for Is God Is and In the Gray that are going to be coming up for you soon. So you're not going to want to miss a moment. So be sure to click those buttons and I'll be back soon. Bye, everybody.